Kenpo Circle number 9. In this episode, we're going to look at two techniques with two different names and two different belts within the Kenpo system, but they are basically the same thing. And this is checking the Storm from American Kenpo and Windmill Guard C from White Tiger Kenpo. So let's review both of these techniques. So Windmill Guard C in White Tiger is in yellow belt. And I take that back. Both of these techniques can be found in the yellow belt system of American Kenpo and White Tiger. This particular technique is not in Tracy's system at all. Now, Windmill Guard, for my Kenpo students to review, and for those that don't know this particular term, is where you do a crossbody parry followed by a left hand or a right hand chop or grab. 9 out of 10 times we use this as a grab. 1, 2, and then we follow up with a kick or use it in some other manner. In this particular case, in the yellow belt, we're showing the students how this can be used for a overhead club attack, which is checking the storm. Now, anytime you hear the term storm in American Kenpo, that means there's a club involved. Whether it's an overhead, a backhand, a thrust, it doesn't matter. A storm relates to the term stick. So, checking the storm. So we're going to check the storm or check the club. In this case, when we check it, we're doing it by using a left hand, either extended outward block or parry, depending on how the instructor is teaching it. Now, the way we do this technique in White Tiger Kenpo is we step off between the 2:30 and the 3 o'clock position, depending on how long your legs are, your height compared to your opponent's height. You may need to adjust that accordingly to line up correctly. And as we do so, we do our windmill block, and we draw to a cat stance, and we line the cat stance up with the groin. Then we throw a front snap kick. Then we step out and away from the opponent to line up a side thrust kick to the opposite knee. In this case, that would be the left knee. So again, Windmill Guard C is a windmill block, drawing to a cat stance. We always try to grab the hand so that we have a handle to follow up with. Front snap kick the groin. That should double them over. As we step out, we then attempt to break the knee by striking to the side of the knee or in front of it, just above the top. Now, checking the storm. Like I said, this is pretty much the same concept, just done differently. Depending on how who your instructor is, will depend how you initiate the first move. Some instructors teach this as a extended outward block with a 45-degree cat. And what that means is, instead of like we would just have the foot line straight ahead, they're going to adjust their cat stance to line up with the groin. Then they're going to front snap kick the groin, land into a twist stance, so that when they come out, that sets their hips up for a knife edge kick to the inside of the leg or the thigh, followed by a backhand strike, and then they cross out. Okay, same thing that we do. Cat, kick, break, backhand. Just the angles are slightly different and the setup is different. The other way American Kenpo has been known to teach this is more like what we do, is where they step right, there again, to either the 2:30, 3 o'clock position, depending on your height difference between the opponents, so that you can get your kick in. You're going to do a crossbody parry, extended outward block, or check. Then they draw to a cat, front snap kick, twist stance as they land, side thrust kick, followed by a backhand strike to the temple. And then if the stick is still in their hand, what they would do after the kick is they teach from the backhand, just go right into a hammer fist or a forearm strike to the arm, followed by their cross out. So there are little differences here. One, we just draw to a cat stance that's automatically lined up with the opponent's groin, depending on the angle and your depth and reach. Then from there, we throw the front snap kick to the groin or the inside of the other thigh, depending on what's available, or the inside of the knee. And this is where we differ, is instead of doing a twist stance and staying in tight with the opponent, we throw a front snap kick, step out, and line our left leg up with their right leg. And then as we do it, we come in, I'm sorry, that would be their left leg, my apologies. So we take our left leg, we line it up with their left leg so that we bring our knee straight up. Do the side thrust kick either to the front of it or the in or outside depending on the angle. And as they buckle, we follow that through with the backhand strike. And then we stay there. We don't cross out, because then you can follow it up if you needed to. If something went wrong, you can go into an arm break. You can do a hammer fist, back fist to the face. You got head turn throws. You got any number of things you can continue on doing depending on whether or not you caught the arm. So, checking the storm there again, depending on your instructor, you're going to step out and with just a left block to a 45-degree cat, kick, twist stance, knife edge, back fist, and then you cross out. And the way we do our windmill guard C, and as you can see it's pretty much the same thing, is we draw to a cat, kick, no twist stance, we just line up, back kick or side thrust kick followed by a hammer back fist to the face. Now we don't really use the twist stance like the American Kenpo guys do. They'll use it to set things up for roundhouses. We do have a few techniques where we use it as that, but usually they're involved in like a kick. Like if you were going to do a windmill guard to the outside, you do a wheel kick to their gut. You plant the foot in a twist stance so that when you come out around, you can do a downward roundhouse to the thigh. That's one way we would use the twist stance. Unlike American Kenpo, they use a lot more to set up their kicks than we do, as well as their strikes. So again, checking the storm, depending on who the instructor is, you're either going to step out with a parry, then an extended outward block, or a parry and a check. Then you draw the cat. You throw your kick, twist stance, side thrust, or a knife edge, depending on the instructor there again, followed by a backhand, and then some go ahead and teach the hammer fist or forearm strike to the arm to loosen up that stick or let it go, and then they do their cross out. The other variation of the American Kenpo is they step, and they don't do the parry though, they just step and draw a cat. And they step to a 45-degree cat stance, which means the foot's not pointed straight ahead, it's pointed more to the 10-30 position. Front snap kick the groin, land into a twist stance, bring your hips up so now you're more in line with the 9 o'clock position, knife edge to the knee, land into a hammer fist or back fist into the face, followed by your cross out. And then white tiger, the way we do it is windmill guard. Okay? Then we line our kick up. So when we do our kick, we're already lining our hips up with the groin, front snap kick, then we step out and away from the opponent, side thrust kick, followed by a back fist as we land. We're going to use our drop of body weight to hit them, and then we stay, because then you can follow up, especially if you have that handle. You can easily go into a wrist lock or any number of things if the technique isn't going as planned. Okay, and that is checking the storm and windmill guard C. As you can see, there are two of the same technique. They are related to each other, just done differently with a different perspective. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Kenpo Corner, and I can't wait to see you in our next episode. Until then, keep moving forward.